What's good, family? Before we get into this absolute clown show of a situation, go ahead and tap that follow button, because you don't want to miss what we're about to break down today. This one right here? It's full-blown messy. We're talking about drama that stings so bad, even Future said, "Nah, I'm good." So let's go ahead and get into it. Larsa Pippen. Yes, the same Larsa who somehow finds herself getting tossed around in the headlines every other week, like a clearance wig at a beauty supply store. This woman has done more damage to her own image than any tabloid ever could. And just when you think she can't outdo herself, boom, she shows up dating Marcus Jordan. You heard me right. That's Michael Jordan's son. Michael Jordan, as in, the guy who humiliated her ex-husband Scottie Pippen on national television in a 10-part documentary, and basically called him a prop. Now she out here laying up with his son like it's just another Tuesday. Let's unpack it. See, here's the thing. There's being messy, and then there's Larsa Pippen. Because this ain't just, oh, I like younger men energy. This is deep-fried, no-filter, certified tabloid bait. And she leans into it like it's her only job. When Tamron Hall, who ain't afraid to ask the real questions, straight up asked her why she would date Marcus knowing the beef between Michael and Scottie. What did Larsa say? Well, I can't explain how someone else feels. Girl, that's your whole ex-husband, the father of your children. And you got the nerve to act like it's not your problem, because you're living your truth? Nah, what you're living is the truth of someone who never learned the art of sitting down and shutting up when necessary. Now let's talk about Scottie Pippen, because if anybody has a right to be fed up, it's him. This man has been disrespected on every level. First, his legacy gets dragged by Michael Jordan in The Last Dance. Then his ex-wife starts dating MJ's son, Marcus, like she's trying to audition for the Petty Olympics. You can't make this stuff up. Imagine building a life, having kids, and then seeing your ex on red carpets with the bloodline of your biggest rival. And Larsa out here smiling like she just won the lottery. That's not a flex. That's a public cry for attention. It's disrespect on 10 different levels. But wait, there's more. Because Marcus Jordan ain't the first. No. Before him there was Future. Yeah, the toxic king himself. And let me remind you, Future said when he was a kid, he asked Scottie Pippen for an autograph and got curved. So what does he do as a grown man? He allegedly claps Larsa's cheeks while she's still married to Scottie. If revenge was a sport, Future would be in the Hall of Fame. Now whether that story is true or not, one thing's for sure. Larsa Pippen was out here, making more noise in the sheets than she ever made in any career. And the whole thing went public, because she wanted to show the world she still got it. What she really got was embarrassment. Let's not forget Malik Beasley. Yep, Larsa caught herself another young NBA player. Married. With a kid. This wasn't just some oops, didn't know situation. The man's wife found out through the blogs, same time we did. The picture of them holding hands went viral before Malik could even explain himself. And through it all, who's out here acting brand new? Larsa. No shame. No accountability. Just vibes and veneers. And let's not even talk about what this did to her son, Scottie Pippen Jr., who was trying to get drafted into the NBA, while his mom was out here trending for all the wrong reasons. You think that locker room didn't roast him? You think he didn't have to sit through teammates clowning him? That boy deserved better. Now if it stopped there, maybe we could say Larsa just made some bad choices. But no, she went and burned bridges with the Kardashians too. Kim K used to be her bestie, ride or die. They told each other everything. Then, all of a sudden, Larsa goes from family friend to being labeled toxic. You know it's bad when even the Kardashians think you're messy. That's like getting kicked out of a Real Housewives reunion for being too dramatic. When Larsa was asked about it, she brushed it off. "I'm living my best life," she said. "Girl, where? The club? The courtside seat next to your next fling? Because it ain't the glow-up you think it is." And just when you think she's done, boom, here comes another random man. This time, a dude who ain't even in the NBA. Nope, he's overseas, playing in some league in Europe you've never heard of, averaging 2 points a game. Sis, you went from Scottie Pippen to D-League clappers. This man rides the bench more than he rides anything else. But somehow, Larsa thinks this is still a win. It's giving delusion. And the internet sees it. Every time she posts, the comments go wild. How low can you go? And baby, she's limbo ing under expectations with no shame. But what happens when people call it out? She gets mad. Yep, Larsa Pippen mad at DJ Vlad. Mad at Adam 22. Mad at everybody for covering her dustiness. She even DMs Vlad calling him an effing loser for talking about her. But boo, you gave him the material. Nobody had to dig. You dropped the blueprint, hit send. And now you mad because people reading the manual? Nah, don't work like that. You can't cry leave me alone when you live on IG stories. That's like showing up to a roast and being shocked when they roast you. Let's be real. This whole thing is one long fall from grace. The kind of fall that makes you wince in slow motion. And she ain't alone. Amber Rose walked so Larsa could trip in stilettos. Amber went from Kanye to Wiz to 21 Savage to a dude who looked like he played bass for a punk band. Then she did a full 180 into conservative Twitter rants. Meanwhile, Larsa's still out here clinging to brand deals and best life captions like she's not the punchline of half the industry. This ain't about age. This ain't about women dating younger men. This is about desperation disguised as empowerment. And look, I knew a chick once. Let's call her Trisha. Back in the day, Trisha was bad. I'm talking body built like a Wi-Fi signal, strong, curved, reaching. But time did what time does. She posted a pic the other day and Lord forgive me, but it was rough. Not because she got older, but because she was still trying to play a 25-year-old's game at 43 with expired energy. And that's the vibe Larsa gives. Still in the club, still chasing status, still thinking attention equals relevance. But the game moved on, and she's out here playing musical chairs with no seat left. Here's the plot twist. Larsa thinks she's the victim. She thinks people hate on her because she's confident, bold, and living freely, when really folks are just exhausted. She keeps showing up like a bad sequel. Same drama, different outfit. And when the backlash hits, she flips the narrative like, y'all just mad because I'm happy. Baby, this ain't happiness. This is a midlife identity crisis sponsored by Fashion Nova. And your audience is getting tired of reruns. Now I'ma say this, and say it loud for the people in the back. Fame without dignity is just noise. Larsa Pippen has mastered noise. She's got headlines, cameras, controversy, but no legacy. And in a world where clout is currency, she's bankrupt in authenticity. Even her recent appearances on podcasts feel like damage control disguised as girl talk. She keeps trying to rewrite her narrative without owning any of it. And the worst part, young girls watching this thinking, maybe this is the path.